Okay, next on the roster is Dustup, based on the Breakdown mold. Dustup is a very nice semi-Lamborghini. You know, it's not technically a Lamborghini because we don't necessarily have the licensing, but she looks like one. I have her individual weapon pegged into the top. It's a really cool shield-looking thing using silver paint and translucent blue. Very, very cool accessory compared to Pyromagna's gray unpainted thing. And this part kind of looks a little bit like a gun barrel, so I like to think that when strapped to her roof, that's what it's for. Comes off, has like 3 pegs, peg, peg, peg. It has pegs all over, because it does a thing later on, which we'll see. But looks cool. Kind of looks a bit like a beetle, kind of like an arrowhead, but with these things that look kind of like legs. Kind of looks like a scarab or something. All right. So vehicle mode, very nice. It rolls pretty decently, and look, silver painted hubcaps. Seeing the hubcaps painted silver on these things makes me wonder why Pyromagna didn't have hers. And she also has those little silver glyphs painted on the side, although thankfully they went without the simulated battle damage. They have her front headlights are picked out in silver, and she has a little license plate, although there's no writing on it. Why would she need writing on a license plate on Cybertron in the Sea of Rust? And of course the back is largely, I mean, there's plenty of paint on the toy, don't get me wrong, but you know, they didn't pick out any taillights. The paint match between her plastic red and her painted red is pretty good, although under bright lights you can start to see the contrast a bit more, but that's okay. It's a very, very nice little vehicle mode, and I rather do like it. Although I'm wondering why all 4 wheels don't touch the ground at the same time. That doesn't seem to prevent it from rolling. Okay, so let's get her transformed into robot mode so we can appreciate the greatness of Dustup's robot. And here is Dustup in her vehicle mode. And, man, is it too late to go back in time and ask that they use the Rook mold instead? I mean, this is kind of a weird one. Like, I know a lot of people complained about the rampant reuse of molds in Combiner Wars. I maintain that making it like a buck system was kind of cool because then we get a lot more figures. But, well, okay, this figure has weird hips, okay? I just said it. This figure has really, really weird hips. Look at this. Like, they're connected on stems, and, like, when one moves up, it drags the other. Like, what even is? Look at, what? This is weird. Why would you do that? That is so, like, what, for high kicks? I mean, her legs are kind of short and, what? I know something like this has worked in Figma and SH Figuarts, but those are figures with much longer and slimmer legs. This is just weird what they did here. What is that? That is, Okay, aside from those really weird hips that makes it really awkward to get her standing symmetrically, I can say this at least. All of her joints and hinges are nice and tight. I do not have any problems with loose knees or things that want to collapse on themselves like I did with Pyromagna. So, weird engineering aside, the toy is nice and solid. She has really good ball-jointed shoulders, although because of this little bit of door panel on the top of her arm, you can get a full tree spread, but if her arm is forward like this, then it hits her backpack kibble, so she can't really go outwards from that angle. She has like a little ratcheted elbow joint there, and then a ball joint underneath it, so she has a double range elbow and a bicep swivel. Nothing on the wrist, but like I said, the bicep swivel can often be used as a pseudo wrist joint when you have a double jointed elbow like this, so I'll forgive it. The head is on a ball joint, and it can tilt expressively, which is cool. That's why you want a ball joint instead of just a regular swivel. Of course, there's been some remolding in the chest detailing, although unlike figures like RC, that these characters were not made to look super waifish. So, you know, so we got more of a strong arm aesthetic here than we do an RC aesthetic. She has a waist joint. All these combiners have waist joints except for the big torsos. And then she has nice ball joints, good range. She has a thigh swivel. She has knees. They get almost 90, and then her foot can toe. So you got my God, that's so weird what her hips do. But I guess seriously, those hips are strange. Why would they pick such a weird way to realize the hips? It's so strange. But yeah, like she has a good posability. They make her legs look so short that they're like that. Why? Why? God, I am never gonna let that hip thing go. That is such a weird hip construction. I mean, remember guys, the only Combiner Wars figure that I had was freaking Power Glide before this. This is my first official look at any of the Combiner Wars molds, and these hips are so weird. Did the fans get to choose specifically which pieces would make the limbs? I doubt it, because then they probably wouldn't have used the same mold twice. But why did they pick this one? Did the fans really go crazy for this one? I mean, it makes her legs look short. One thing you don't want in a female Transformer is short legs, because, you know, legs on your general woman's body, legs tend to be proportionately longer. At least you know, for models and stuff. I don't know if I just sounded a little bit sexist when I said that, but these weird short legs look stumpy, and I don't like those hips. That said, like I said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the construction of this figure. It is very well made for what it is worth. I don't have problems with popping off wheels. I don't have problems with loose joints. It's a well-made and wonderful toy. It's just weirdly engineered into hips. Zooming in on her face, which is where the new molding comes in. She's a cutie. She really is. She kind of has a little bit of RC's Leia hair helmet thing going on, and she actually does have a little bit of lipstick painted in. And the lines under her eyes, like, it's a very, very cute, very feminine face. A lot more so than what you think. So, based solely on the way her face looks, she's like the team cutie. Yeah, I know. I probably sound really weird, but I don't know. This face is adorable. It just doesn't seem to fit on this body. Like, it's so cute and round, and then the rest of it looks so stumpy and square. Like, I really think that they should have picked a more graceful mold to put this head on. 'Cause, like, yeah, like, that's it. This body does not look graceful enough to suit that head. I think that's what's throwing me off. I mean, the figure is it's well made, it holds together fantastically, but it just looks weird. She can, of course, hold the shield, just like so. Yep, nothing wrong with that. So she can wield her accessory just fine. And I think I've gone on long enough, so let's move on to the next figure.